Hello everyone, Cornetto the Geek here, welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be doing a film ranking of the Cornetto Trilogy. Now this isn't your sort of conventional trilogy, it's not sort of the first film, then the second film follows on from that, then the third film follows on from the both of them. It's more loosely linked, you know, because each film is a different sort of genre, different cast of characters, but they're all linked in the fact that they all star Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and are all directed by Edgar Wright. Now obviously there's three films in this trilogy: Shaun of the Dead, which I did a review on a while ago, Hot Fuzz and The World's End, and it's an absolutely brilliant trilogy of films, and honestly all three are fantastic, but I decided to rank them because I've finally got around to watching all of them, so here they are ranked. Place we have The World's End. Now, I don't think this is a bad film. I think it's brilliant, as I say. I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. But by the very nature of this list, one of them had to come last. And The World's End, I would say, is the weakest of the trilogy. So the basic premise of the film is that these five mates come together after so many years to finish a pub crawl that they never did and find out that their hometown isn't what it used to be. It's basically been taken over by aliens. Now, this film is not bad by any stretch. I find it brilliant, I love it. But by the very nature of this ranking, one of them had to come last, and it kind of has to be The World's End. It is easily the weakest of the three. Still, you know, stuff like Edgar Wright's direction is still on point. You know, you've got the nice, short, snappy editing, you know, the great camera work, visual style, and it feels very cinematic, and that's great. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are once again brilliant, and I like how it's sort of a kind of a role reversal from Hot Fuzz, because you know Simon Pegg's sort of like the cool guy, you know, very laid back, and Nick Frost is the more serious one. I like that about it. The humour is on point. There's some really good sort of character revelations and twists near the end, which are really good. And there's obviously one of the things I love about the trilogy is the amount of British cameos that you see throughout the films, and he has some great cameos in here, like Mark Heap, who plays Jim in Friday Night Dinner. He shows up as a bartender. Yeah, love that. But the reason it's last is it just feels a little bit off. Like, there's something about it. I think maybe it's the fact that with Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, even though they are ridiculous premises, you know, they've got very ridiculous and out there things happening, they always felt to me that they seem sort of realistic in a way, whilst also being so wild and funny and out there. But The World's End, it doesn't quite have that, and I think that's probably why it's last. But it's still a brilliant film. Don't twist my words on that. And number two, we have Hot Fuzz. So this film is sort of like a spoof on the police drama genre. It's basically about this London cop, Nicholas Angel, played by Simon Pegg, who's so good at his job that he gets sent to the countryside, and where there he uncovers this sort of mystery that basically the whole town is killing each other. Now this film, it's just hilarious. Like, it's sort of a cool spin on sort of the action movies, or like, you know, American action movies. It sort of spins the tropes on its head, and it's just brilliant. Once again, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are just brilliant. You know, they are complete opposites. You know, Nick Frost is more of a goofball character, and Simon Pegg's the no-nonsense, serious character. It's a great dynamic. You've also got Edgar Wright's brilliant direction. He manages to just make really mundane things have that dramatic weight, and it's just really great how he does it. You know, with his snappy editing. He's very fast paced, and I love that. The gore in this film is really nasty. Like, there's one bit where a church spike lands on somebody and literally just blows up their head. It's really gruesome. There's also some great like British actors and British cameos that make an appearance in this film, like Steve Coogan, Alan Partridge himself. He makes a cameo at the beginning, and some great other great actors. Timothy Dalton's like the villain. He's great. Olivia Colman, Jim Broadbent. There's some great actors in there. If I do have a criticism of the film, is that in the first sort of 30 minutes of the film, it is a little bit slow paced, but that kind of does add to it in a way. It is sort of trying to reflect like the mundane life in the village sort of aspect, so I can somewhat forgive it, but it is a tad slow in the beginning. But it's still a fantastic movie. And number one is Shaun of the Dead, an absolute masterpiece. Now, I did do a review of this film, which you can go check out. I'll leave a link to it in the description or whatever. But this film is just absolutely phenomenal. It's obviously a spoof on the, a zombie movie spoof, and it's so good because horror and comedy, by their very nature, shouldn't go together. You know, they're the polar opposite of each other. But this film just does it so well. It's got that self-awareness about it that, you shouldn't take it seriously. And it just works so well. The characters in this film are just razor sharp. They're so well written, so memorable. You know, you remember they're brilliant characters, from Shaun and Ed, who, I find really relatable considering they're like nerds and geeks. Cracking jokes and making references. I really like them. To even the smaller characters like Pete, their really annoying flatmate. The gore in this film is great. It doesn't hold back with the gore. And yeah, it's great. And the humour as well, oh my god, it is hysterical. It needs to be just said that Edgar Wright's directing, I know I've gone on about it enough, but it can't be, oh my god, it's just brilliant. The way the shots are done, like the editing, the fast-paced editing, the shots, the direction, it's just brilliant, how he repeats certain things, and it really brings out the comedy and the character. It just brings it to life, and the way he'll use like songs and how the character's in sync with it. I can, near the end with Don't Stop Me Now playing when they're fighting the zombie in the pub, and it's in sync with the music. It's just brilliant, and it's something he'd go on to do with his film Baby Driver. Oh my, this film is just pitch perfect. I genuinely can't find any complaints with it at all. So how would you rank these films? Let me know in the comments below. And what are some of your favourite things about these films? And like, whether it's like Edgar Wright's directing, or Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, or some of the little running motifs and gags, like the Cornetto gag, which is why it's called the Cornetto Trilogy, or the jumping over the fence gag, which is in every film. Like, there's so much to talk about these films. So let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And this is Clack of the Geek signing out. Goodbye, everyone.
Hello, Nicholas. How's the house?